In the 2 previous episodes of How It Works, we told you about the visibility system in World of Warships. Those who didn't see them should watch them, because today we continue. 3 ways to improve concealment and everything to know about the visibility of airplanes and torpedoes.
Let's assume that we're going to enter a battle on one of the stealthiest destroyers in the game, Shimakaze. We'll begin with preparation and improve her concealment. Camouflage is a simple solution, but not the most effective. It's available for any ship, but it decreases the visibility radius by only 3%. Of course, this 3% might be all it takes to win a battle.
Only ships with a 5th slot can install the concealment system upgrade. In return, it will reduce the visibility radius by 10%. And finally, the Concealment Expert skill provides an additional 10 to 16% depending on the ship type. Therefore, we can reduce the visibility radius of our Shimakaze from 7.1 kilometers to 5.6 kilometers. That's a great result.
We enter a battle, and the first opponent that we face is a fighter's squadron. Any ship spots all aircraft from 8 kilometers. An aircraft can spot ships from 11 kilometers. But each ship has its own visibility radius from the aircraft. You can turn on the display of the detection icon in the minimap settings. We have a default radius of 4.2 kilometers. After the concealment upgrade, the value is 3.4 kilometers. All aircraft within this radius will spot your ship.
Aircraft spot each other from 7 kilometers. You can only decrease their visibility radius with the commander's evasive maneuver skill. This skill only works for bombers and torpedo bombers returning to their aircraft carrier.
The fighters are getting closer. The distance to them is 5 kilometers already, so our AA guns can start firing, and we are now spotted. You can see that it's the aviation that spotted us by the airplane icon on the detection indicator. The thing is that both the AA guns and the main battery fire increase our visibility radius by the firing range. The only solution is to shut down the auxiliary armament. The default key for that is P, and we're concealed again immediately. The AA guns don't have a 20-second timer after a shot.
The airplanes are getting closer, and we're spotted once more. You can't hide from the aviation behind an island because they ignore all obstacles when spotting ships, but you can hide in smoke. Aviation doesn't have a guaranteed detection range. Now we can't see the aircraft either, but that doesn't mean they flew away.
An ally comes to help us and detects the aerial beasts. It's time to turn the AA guns on. Because firing them in the smoke won't give away our position. We can shoot down the highlighted enemy aviation with impunity.
We've destroyed the fighters. We're leaving the smoke and trying to approach our enemies. Suddenly, the radio detection indicator lights up. This means that someone from the red team has acquired the commander's radio location skill. It shows the approximate direction of the closest enemy ship regardless of whether it's spotted or not.
Now an experienced enemy may know where our torpedoes can be launched from. But when did that stop anyone? It's more important that the enemy didn't also upgrade their torpedo detection. That's because torpedoes, like ships, have their own visibility radius that depends on the torpedo characteristics. For example, our Type 93 Mod 3 torpedoes are spotted from 1.7 kilometers. At the same time, The majority of deep-water Pan-Asian destroyers' torpedoes have a visibility radius of just 800 metres. The record holder here is Khabarovsk. Although the range of its torpedoes is just 6 kilometres, they're visible from only 600 metres.
But you can significantly improve the ship's visibility range. The Target Acquisition System upgrade allows us to increase the visibility radius of torpedoes by 20% and the commander's vigilance skill by 25%. However, there's no doubt that the hydroacoustic search is the best. It can also stack with the vigilance perk. The earlier you spot torpedoes, the more time you have to evade them.
Let's return to our destroyer. After a shootout, a fire starts. The fire increases its visibility range from aircraft by 3 kilometres. Repair party is recharging. However, fortune is still on our side. A cyclone starts. Apart from the visual effects, downpour, wind and fog, bad weather makes the visibility worse. Ships have their view radius reduced to 8 kilometres and airplanes to 3 kilometres.
However, the cyclone doesn't affect radar and hydroacoustic search. Sure, the ship's visibility radii don't change, but if you detect an enemy 10 kilometers away using the radar, you can fire at them with impunity. However, your allies won't see them until the bad weather passes or they get within an 8-kilometer distance.
We'll continue the story of this battle in one of our future episodes. Now you have a new weapon, knowledge. Fight wisely. And see you in the next episodes of How It Works.